Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new episode of Entrepreneurship Lab, the space where you can learn more about growing your business, starting your business, and scaling and selling. If that's your goal, I'm your host, Nevena Bajalac, entrepreneur, business owner, and business coach myself. And as you know, we always discuss different topics and different interesting tips. We give you tips and advice on what you can do and maybe even teach you some mistakes you should avoid. So today I want to speak to you about testing your idea in the market. If you're an entrepreneur, if you have entrepreneurial mindset, you probably have a lot of ideas. I know that I have, and I will tell you that big percent of your ideas will not actually be profitable, and it's not always and that are going to always catch a wave and become a successful business. And that's okay. However, very big mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs are making is that they do not test their idea before they invest and they start their business. Why you want to avoid this mistake is simply because it can save you a lot of money. And going out there, even if you want to pitch investors, you should actually first test your idea, get some statistics in, and show that so you can raise some capital. Okay, so I want to, before we continue, just remind you to subscribe, download this episode, and share with others, because I'm sure it can help many. And thank you for being here with me today. So let's see how we can test our idea. So this can apply, you can apply this to business you're just starting, or maybe even business you're having, to see how fast you can scale and how further you can scale. Maybe if your business didn't take off, maybe you have to tweak something in your idea, your methodology, your sales. I don't know, but you can reach out to me and we can definitely discuss that further. You have a link in the description of this podcast, how to connect with me. And I'm really, really more than happy to jump on a quick call with you and help you with some tips. Now, going back to really testing your idea. First of all, write down what is the idea you are having. Okay, what idea do you have? The next thing is, why are you starting this business? A lot of entrepreneurs are starting business because they're passionate about something. I don't know, they are struggling because they have to eat gluten-free food, and they are saying, I'm going to start a gluten-free business or production. And that's great. But if you're starting something, for example, only because you're passionate about it, without testing, without finding your unique selling proposition, it's not going to necessarily work. So I want you to write down also, why are you starting this business? What is your bigger why? What does it mean for you, for your family, for your future? And for people that you're going to impact through your business. Okay, your business is about people you will serve, not about you. Okay, yes, it's going to change your life, but it's actually about those people you will serve. So I want to invite you to really write down why you want to start that business. Now, remember, if we're going to go through some questions here today, I'm going to take you through some important questions. And when you answer, then you have to see if this is actually, is going to be profitable, scalable, and not simply something you're passionate about to help. Because at the end, business has to be profitable and scalable and grow. If not, then we have charity and, charity organization or non-government, non-profit organization. And that's also fine, but you have to separate those two, right? Are you just running nonprofit where you want to help people and you're raising funds, or you actually want to have a business that's going to bring revenue and income for you and your family and generations to come? So another thing that you want to understand is, how is this business idea different? Now, think about that really in depth. How is this different than other businesses that are similar to this? What is my unique selling proposition? Why am I different? How will this help? Where is the gap that I can fill in the market that nobody is actually filling? How I can serve people better? This is another thing that you can ask yourself, and it can make a big difference when you're actually checking and testing. Also, when you're going to do later on the marketing and build your brand, you want to focus on how are you different and how are you better, and what is something you're offering that other companies and other businesses in the same industry are not offering, right? And following that, you also want to make sure that to write down what is your distinctive competence, okay? How are you different, and what are some expertise, or what are some things that you are bringing or your product is bringing to the market that other are not. Okay, it can be the price competence, it can be the quality, it can be exceptional customer experience that you're going to bring for people, and they're going to love it, they're going to use your service. Now, as we move forward, I hope you're taking notes and writing these questions, and you can even pause this podcast and answer them right away, because they're going to help you really see where your business can go and how much it can grow. Now, when you think about any business, any sale that's happening means you're selling a solution to someone's problem. Okay, if you're selling clothes, you have a clothing brand, you're solving some problems. Now, problem doesn't mean necessarily, hey, I'm in problem, what I'm going to do, but it's a problem of somebody wanting specific type of clothes, right? If it's elegant dress, it's a problem because now I need a dress for a wedding. If it's gym clothes, I need comfortable, or I need like highly supportive gym clothes or high quality gym clothes because I don't want it to torn. So you see, what problem are people having? If you are if you're a consultant, for example, or a coach, or you're a hairdresser, what kind of problems people have? Write them down. No matter how silly this sounds, this will help you market and explain to people how you can serve them, right? People are sometimes, very often actually, not even aware of some problems they're experiencing in their life. And when you tell them, oh, I help people solve this and this and this, they're like, oh, wow, I need that as well. Or I know someone who needs that as well. You see, this is how it's powerful. So what I want you to do, I want you to list all the problems that your prospects might have. This can be emotional things, physical things, whatever business you are in. So what kind of problems they're having, and then what solution does your service or your product offers for that problem? Now, this is very powerful because your marketing message will speak about this. How are you solving those issues? Okay. Excellent. And then you can also talk about what is the advantage of your product, what are some strengths, right? And something that's very important for you to look as an entrepreneur in the next step is, how will my product or my service evolve over time? How can I evolve? You see, you always have to evolve. You always have to grow. You have to develop it more. You have to innovate every 3 to 6 months with something new. And this is very powerful and important, so you can attract those old clients again to buy from you with something innovating, let's say a new package, a new offer, a new product that came, a new service, or attract those who didn't buy before. So now it's something innovating. And the times are changing so fast that you want to make sure you're always following this change and you're listening what's happening in the market, right? We're now in 2022 when I'm recording, and 2 years ago, 2020, the needs of people were very much different. Then those needs and wants changed through pandemic, right? From online to back offline to managing this, and then really transforming their lives and businesses. So you have to really innovate and look what is happening, what is relevant right now for people, companies, or whoever you are serving. Okay, what is relevant right now and how I can evolve over time. Okay, and as you're looking into evolving over time, you want to make sure that you're looking what changes are taking or happening in your industry, what's happening in the industry you are in, and how are you progressing with that industry? And how is your product or service actually addressing this change? Okay. Now, before you, as you're testing your idea, before you go out and start the business and invest money or pitch investors, you want to go out and test and see if people are ready to buy. Okay, I always say one of the biggest mistakes is something I did in the past, and I see people do, is spending so much time, weeks and months, into creating a product, or perfect online course, or whatever it is, a service, and then they didn't even check if people want it. So what I want to tell you is you need to go and create the basics. right? So create something and go and test and reach out to 50 people, 100 people and see, can you get 2, 5 or 10 customers out of those 100? If you get someone who's buying, then you go out and you develop this product, physical product or your service, or you invest into your course, building your course. But do not create everything from scratch and spend months into creating without checking if people actually want to buy it. Trust me, I wish somebody told me this, because many times told me this before when I was starting, because so many things I developed and I spent months and courses, for example, and nobody bought them because maybe I didn't market them well, or the name wasn't good, or I had to tweak, change. So since then, I learned I have an idea and then I test the idea before I invest any expenses and invest my time. I go out there and promote it and see how many people will respond and how many people want to buy. If nobody's buying, I'm not hard on myself or pitying myself or thinking this is not working. It means I have to change something. I have to become better in marketing it, or maybe simply it's not urgent. People don't want it right now. They're not buying. So focus on a new project or a new idea. All right. I hope this is helpful. And in testing your idea, you want to get out there and do a service. And you want to see who will buy your product, when will they buy it, and check, like I said, how urgent is for them. Because if there is no urgency for a person to buy a product right now or service right now, the sale will not happening. So people will say, oh, that's great. And then they will go home and nobody will buy from you. Okay, so you need to either create urgency in your sales method, or you have to make sure you have something that people really want to buy right now. It's attractive to them. It's relevant to current situation, current market, what's happening in the market, and you are fulfilling that need. Okay. Now, one last thing into testing is the discovering who is a decision maker. Now, let's say you're selling something for the kids. Decision maker, let's say if you're producing toys or books, or maybe you are a coach or a therapist and you work with kids, the decision maker is not a kid, it's a parent. So you're going to test the parents and see if they want to buy what you're offering. And you're crafting your message to parents, right? What is important to parents? How do they feel emotionally? What are they experiencing? And so on. If you are selling something to, to women, maybe women are not necessarily decision makers, right? So this can happen as well. And you want to make sure you pay attention and check, because if you're selling something and the person is not a decision maker, they cannot buy it. When you don't speak with the decision maker, right, or they don't have the buying power, then you will have an issue and you will not be selling and you will not be profitable at the end. Okay. So these are some very, very powerful questions that I took you as a coach on really helping you how to test, what to ask yourself, what to go out there and ask people. And if you feel nobody's buying, it means maybe we have to change something, right? So maybe change an idea, change your approach, change marketing strategy, or become better at sales. But in overall, I hope this was really helpful. It should be extremely helpful, actually. And do not go out there, get excited about idea, get excited because you're passionate about it. Really, truly test it and see, will this work or not, before you spend a fortune and then you get disappointed and you're saying how building business is hard. It is not hard, but there are some steps we need to follow. When we follow them, it actually becomes easy and it makes sense, and we will get our clients and customers very quickly. All right. Make sure to save this episode, download it, share with others, and click the link below. Connect with me if you have any questions. You can also book a short call where I can answer some of your questions specifically about your business and your business idea. And check out my courses. I actually have a free online course on how you can get your clients instantly without paying ads. Okay, and it's absolutely free. It's a mini course where you're going to get a lot of information. So click the link that you see and go and use your bonuses and use use all the information that is available to you. I really appreciate you for being here. I'm Narana Bajalac, your host. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in the next episode.